Keelah. Oh, happy 4th of July. Another year's passed. Damn. You know, when I'm in it, when I'm maneuvering, I'm working with you guys, you know, doing the things I do, all the works that I do, it seems like time just stretches on and on and on and on and on. You know, like a minute can last a motherfucking hour for me. But in hindsight now, it seems like we just did this, you know, like a minute ago. Like 4th of July special episode talking about that cute, was she Brazilian or something? That cute girl I was going to take to the fireworks with me. That didn't work out. That girl expressed certain qualities that I didn't like. She didn't care about people. I care about people. If you don't care about people, chances are we're not really going to get along so well. At least not in a romantic sense, that's for sure. I've dropped a few girls on that count because they were mean to people or looked down on people. Anyways, happy fucking 4th of July again. Happy anniversary, sweetie cheeks. I'll see you soon. You probably won't see this video until long after, but I'll be there tonight. Anyways, this video is inspired by Stan Lee's fucking Superhumans. I'm going to give you a few clips here in a moment to show you what I'm talking about, but a lot of people have, you know, people all over the world have superhuman abilities, like amazing superhuman abilities that most people wouldn't believe because they're educated, because public education, their general upbringing, you know, naysayed these sorts of things and told them it's not possible. Believe me, nothing is not possible. In fact, only nothing is not possible. Anyways, many of these superhumans and Stan Lee's superhumans seem to be utilizing the Kundalini impulse primarily. And again, I'm thinking that's the bottom line. That's the foundation of all of it. That's what develops superhuman abilities. And people may have like actual specific superhuman abilities, like maybe psychokinesis and shit, which psychokinesis I do believe is possible, can be done by anybody. And I've done it before, so I mean, I've proven that through training you can actually do it to some extent. It was really difficult, took a long time, it was super tedious, and I developed like very slight results, so it's not something that I kept up with, but I'll get back to it for you guys to show you, to give you an example eventually. But anyways, a lot of them, these superhumans, most specifically the ones who are working with, like, say they're fighting, or they're producing force, or they're, you know, taking hits or whatever, where it comes to strength and speed, they're utilizing the Kundalini impulse, and most of them will even attest to this. And I'll go ahead and I'll show you a little bit of what I'm talking about right here.
What is inch power?
Inch power is just basically the 1 inch from my fist to human body.
So you can build up enough velocity to get an effective punch an inch away.
Exactly.
So let's do it to the chest, because that's typically where you see that being done, right? From there, we can actually predict injuries and really figure out if it's as deadly as what they say.
Having just 1 inch to generate enough acceleration to cause harm seems impossible.
Okay.
Will harnessing his chi, or vital energy, enable him to exceed the power normally possible in a human?
Ready? Ready? Got your chi built up?
Beautiful, yes.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, strike!
Oh, wow. You really pushed the dummy back pretty far that time.
My chi!
Can't wait to see the results. The result of the 1 inch punch has floored Cindy.
He's got more chi, I can tell you.
She's never witnessed a human generating these numbers before.
So...
This is not normal behavior. His size and his mass really doesn't go with the type of force production that would be required to do something like that.
To find out exactly how much force he's generating, the scientists asked Dennis to test his powers on a wrench. A tool designed not to bend.
Wow.
What we're doing now is powers we're testing to see how much weight has to be generated to bend the wrench.
We have a little platform we created here.
Alright, so let's add some weights.
All right.
So we're at 150 pounds now. 265. We're at 350 pounds.
And with these 3 plates, that's 500 pounds. And we have 500 pounds. You can see it's still not bent into a right angle. To bend it.
So, as you will have just seen, we even have people attesting to utilizing what they call the qi. You know, in Chinese culture, they're going to call it the qi, but actually, in the practices of qigong, it's going to be jing, jing, and what jing refers to is it's again making a distinction between ground and free energy, but it's essentially qi is the energy that's inherent, that's intrinsic in all things. It's present and it's stable and it's grounded. And jing is referring to the kinetic aspect. Jing is referring to when that energy is channeled, but not necessarily the free aspect where you pull it loose and you channel it into something, but actually the point where you ground it. So when you have a free energy in motion and you ground it at a target, when an energy becomes grounded, the force that's produced there essentially, I think, is what Jing is referring to. I never got deep enough into it to fully understand it, but that's the gist of it from what I got. Now, this is very true, and again, the Kundalini impulse is basically practices with the Kundalini is meant to unlock, tap into that energy present within you that's pent up, to balance it out, to set it loose, to make use of it, and to strengthen it and maintain it. So, fuck off. Hello? Dude, seriously? They just showed me the same fucking commercial twice in a row.
I'm sorry, can I help you?
YouTube, get your shit together, man. I think it was a Jack Ryan commercial though, so awesome. That's gonna be banging. Anyways, so we're gonna show you here. I was inspired by it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start the CQC course on hand-to-hand combat. I'll take off my shirt for it because it's hot, and you know, it makes me the manly man with the, you know, I don't have gigantic muscles, but if you're utilizing this energy, the Jing, the Qi, Tai Chi, Qigong, especially Kundalini, that's enough. That'll do it. Trust me. Bruce Lee was a tiny guy. He'd fuck your day up. Now, what we saw in one of those clips was a dude doing the 1-inch punch, and they say that because this dude utilizes Qi, that it utilizes his Qi, his Jing, that he's able to take the 1-inch punch a step further. Now, I'm going to debate that because Bruce Lee was in fact using his Qi. He didn't say it because Bruce Lee was speaking out against traditional culture, or against cultural traditions rather. Bruce Lee was trying to get people out of the fixed traditional mindset, so he didn't really use a lot of terminology regarding Qi or Jing or shit like that. He didn't bring up the energies. He was trying to get across to people in the simplest possible format, and people don't buy Qi. People don't understand it, but people understand electricity. Electricity is present in all biological organisms. It's what functions the body. It's the vital energy in the body, yet we don't believe in Qi. It's the same thing. And when we speak to using Qi, Tai Chi, Qigong, that sort of thing, it's the same thing as the Kundalini. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing, just different terms. And it is that simple. You're taught it in fucking science class. Yes, it exists and you can make use of it. You can direct it. Now, when we're talking about like utilizing muscles and such, where I talk about manipulating gravity and making use of gravity, essentially, you don't need gigantic muscles to move things that produce force. The energy that's required, it's present. It's all around you. And all you have to do is learn how to direct it. Now, when you're throwing a punch, for example, a lot of people don't know how to do this properly. When you're throwing a punch, what you're doing, what you want to be doing, is you have your leg, you're never going to stand fucking straight because that's just, you're off balance to begin with. You're an open target. You want to stand to the side, have a foot back. That foot that's back, you're going to be springing off of your toes, the very tips of your toes. You're pulling gravity, energy, chi, up from the ground through your toes into your hip. And that's where you're going to shoot from the hip. You throw the hip and wrap it through like a whip. You wrap that energy up into your elbow and into your fist and snap it and land it. You ground that shit right there. What you're doing essentially is, and you get this when you unlock the Kundalini, you'll automatically feel this. It'll open up and you're going to feel for it. You're capable of manipulating gravity in the sense that in your body, because your body's animated, you can produce levity, what we call lift. And you can use this for so many things. Like you can jump off of things and float, for real. You can actually fly. I'm going to call it flight because it's the closest thing. I haven't seen people actually pick up and fly yet, but I do believe they can because I can float around like a fucking butterfly. So, what you're doing is producing levity, and you're pulling, and this is the trick. This is the secret. Most people are going to be pushing, trying to produce force by pushing. That works to a certain extent, but what you really want to do is you want to be pulling. And the Kundalini does this. When you activate the Kundalini and you put that energy into things, like when I use the sword, when I swing that sword, that blade, it draws itself through the air. It glides and it pulls itself, and I'm essentially just directing it. Once it gets moving, I'm just directing it. It's moving on its own. It flies around, it pulls itself through the air. You can do the same thing with your entire body. You can pull that energy up. And you just throw it in. You throw it, you wrap it up, pull it through your body, and throw it in. Once it gets to the elbow, you're grounding it. You let the energy snap into the fist, and you land it. Now, when you're doing this properly, and using that energy is the force in and of itself. You don't need to be putting your muscles into it at all. It's going to produce the force on its own. All you have to do is be sure that you have your fist ready for when it lands. So you're going to hold your fist like that. Don't ever hold your fist like that. Don't ever hold your fist like that. And what you want to do is try and hit either with these three knuckles right here. You can do this either way. These three knuckles or those two knuckles right there. If you really want to, if you want to produce a stabbing shot and like break shit, you're going to hit with those two knuckles, and you're going to try and guide it and target a certain area. Like if you hit somebody in the body, you're going to want to hit them right between the ribs. But if you want to produce impact, like if you're in a fight and you don't want to kill somebody, hit them with those three knuckles. And I mean, if you're in a fight, like if you're in trouble, if you're in actual danger, like somebody's bigger than you, for example, or you think you can't take somebody, first thing, don't panic. I believe that the Kundalini impulse, that the mastery of the Kundalini impulse, because when you make use of it, it's essentially like activating, triggering an extreme panic attack, and the energy of that panic arises in your body, but you make use of it. You're not afraid of it. So I think that mastery of the Kundalini essentially is mastery of fear, mastery of panic and fear in the body, mastery of the fear response. If you can remain calm, there's a reason why people get cold feet. When your body runs cold, when it feels like your blood runs out and your body runs cold, that's because your energy, your vital energy is dissipating, almost like it's retreating. You get afraid of something and your body runs cold because the vital energy that's animating you fucking books. It runs away. So you can master that, keep that energy going. That's how people do like ice swimming, where they go in extremely cold fucking temperatures. It's simply because they don't panic. It's that simple. And I know that you're taught, you're educated. Most of you guys are going to be educated that sort of thing's impossible. Hypothermia will kick in immediately. No, it won't. Not if you have control. All you have to do is not panic. It's that fucking simple. Your body can generate heat enough to keep up with the cold temperatures. It can beat it. I mean, after you can't stay in there indefinitely, obviously, but maybe you can. It's certainly possible. There's no reason why not. If your body has enough energy, and with the impulse, of course, you have to eat a lot. The thing is, though, that when I eat, I fall asleep. Like, I have my brain programmed after so many years to think that when I eat, it's time to shut down and go to sleep. So my body shuts down after I eat, and it goes into rest mode. And I can't figure out how to stop that yet. But so for me, I eat an enormous. Like, my roommate is twice my size, twice my weight, easy, and I'll eat 4 times what he eats in a meal. Like he'll eat a portion, you know, he'll eat his own meal, however many portions or what have you, and he'll be like, I'm stuffed, and I'll eat through that and then like 3 more and still be hungry, because that, it's seriously like I can fill myself to the brim where my stomach is bursting, and like an hour later that shit'll be gone. I'll be back to this. So that impulse chews up all the energy real fast. It puts it into the body as readily available, and it can be used. Now, the thing with the pulling, this is something that you're going to learn primarily through ninjutsu or jujutsu, is that you want to pull. You want to create levity over gravity. You don't want to be pushing weight into things. You want to be pulling the weight and guiding it. So that's what you want to keep in mind. And remember, when you're obviously blocking and shit, that's, you know, keep up. If you're fast enough, you can see things coming and you can block it. And when you do block things, you don't want to just like barricade yourself. You want to try and guide it away, direct it away, direct the energy away from you. Don't let it impact you, because yeah, they can break your shit. Nobody's invincible. Although I've been slammed dead on by speeding cars before, thrown all the way across the motherfucking street and just got right back up. In fact, sometimes I land it. I actually fast enough to land it. It's super impressive. I love it. Although I don't like being hit by cars. People are driving. Maybe you should kind of keep your fucking eyes open and on the fucking road. Anyways, what I mean by pulling is producing that levity, directing the energy. You don't want to take an impact, a direct blow, an impact, and you want to be, you're producing the force in your body and then letting it ground. You're just and again, you want to hop up off of that foot. The energy's going to come off of that one foot. In fact, it's going to come off of the first 2 toes on that one foot is essentially what you're hitting with. And when you do this properly, those 2 toes can produce enough force to break a person's head open in one shot. This is one of the reasons I don't like to be attacked. I mean, obviously it's shitty to be attacked, but one of the primary reasons I don't want to get into fights is because I am afraid that I might hurt somebody accidentally, you know, real bad, like permanently. So obviously that's going to be an advisory statement for me to make is be careful. Don't hurt people. If you're sparring with somebody, you know, hold back. Where it comes to punching, to landing a punch, anybody that studies up on Jeet Kune Do will know that what you want to do is when you have a target for where you're going to ground the energy, mentally you put that target behind whatever it is you're hitting. Forget about what you're hitting. It's not even there. Put your ground target behind that, like an inch or so behind that. With the 1-inch punch, I haven't really mastered that one yet, but again, I mean, I can do it for the most part, but not as well as some other people. But when you're doing that, you're coming off of the other foot. You're going to turn around, you're coming off the same thing, but you're coming off of the hind foot that's going to be switched and just throwing into the hip, so it's right here. And I mean, obviously, that you might have to do that in a situation where you're like cornered or something, but it's not a recommended if you have an option, you know. But yeah, you're pulling the energy up from those toes into your hip, wrapping it from the hip into the shoulder, into the elbow, and then just grounding it. And just make sure that your shit's stiff and lands with an impact. And be fast. Fucking fast. Hit hard. Yeah, that's about all I can really say for the beginnings of the hand-to-hand combat tutorial. Thank you all for watching. Happy 4th of July again. Let's have a lot of fun, man. Let's make this one last. Keelah, Taerve, siari. Namaste.